How can two nutrition systems look at the exact same food and come to completely different conclusions? How can a processed white bread sometimes score higher than a whole grain bread? That sounds completely wrong. And honestly, this is exactly why nutrition online has become so confusing. People keep asking why Nutragrammatron rankings sometimes differ from Talon fitness. And the answer is actually deeper than most people realize. Because different systems are measuring different things. First off, this is not a hate video. I actually have a lot of respect for Talon Fitness and his content, and of course his audience. His content clearly emphasizes ingredient quality, food awareness, processing concerns, practical eating logic, and overall food philosophy. And honestly, a lot of people resonate with that because it aligns with intuition. You look at a food, you look at the ingredients, you look at how processed it is, and you make a judgment based on what feels healthier overall. Nutragrammatron was built differently. The Nutragrammatron is not designed around intuition, philosophy, or personal interpretation. It is designed around measurable nutritional structure. That doesn't automatically make it better, but it does make it fundamentally different. Talon's style is more interpretive. Nutragrammatron is more deterministic, meaning Talon's framework appears to ask questions like, how natural is this food? How processed is it? Does this align with practical health principles? Nutragrammatron asks a different question entirely. What measurable nutritional outcomes does this food produce inside structured domains? And those are not the same thing. Nutragrammatron separates foods into independent measurable categories: macro balance, micronutrient density, fiber efficiency, sodium and processing exposure, glycemic and refinement impact. Instead of asking, does this food feel healthy? Nutragrammatron asks, what is the measurable nutritional structure? And once you do that, sometimes you can run into what some may view as strange. Wonder Bread versus Dave's Killer Bread is a perfect example. Most people intuitively assume Dave's wins easily. More fiber, more whole grains, less artificial fortification, more natural structure. And honestly, from a practical whole food perspective, many people would still prefer it. But Nutragrammatron produced a score that some viewed as strange. Wonder Bread scored higher in micronutrient density because of synthetic fortification, like thiamine, calcium, folate, and vitamin enrichment. Meanwhile, Dave's performed better structurally in fiber and macro quality. And this is exactly where nutrition analysis can get complex, because processing can simultaneously improve and damage different parts of a food. The internet often treats processing like a binary. Natural equals good, processed equals bad. But reality is less emotional than that. Some forms of processing destroy nutritional structure. Some preserve food safety. Some improve shelf stability. Some increase nutrient availability. And some artificially inflate micronutrient density through enrichment and fortification. This is why the Nutragrammatron separates domains instead of emotionally labeling foods as simply healthy or unhealthy. Then fortified processed foods can occasionally outperform more natural foods numerically. But if we're being completely honest, most people don't just want nutrition to be measured. They want it to confirm what they already believe. That's where nutrition discussions often become tribal. Plant versus animal, natural versus processed, seed oils versus saturated fat. Nutragrammatron was specifically designed to step outside of that emotional framework, not to eliminate human judgment, but to separate measurable structure from personal interpretation. And this is also important. Nutragrammatron is still a model. No system fully captures human nutrition. Real-world health includes digestion, satiety, food quality, eating patterns, behavior, lifestyle, long-term outcomes, and many, many other things. A food can score well mathematically and still not represent an ideal dietary staple. And this is why common sense still matters. Structured analysis is a useful tool, but intuition and real-world context still matter as well. A fortified processed food may score surprisingly high in certain domains, while still lacking the structural qualities most people associate with truly high-quality nutrition. Different systems optimize for different definitions of health. Talon Fitness measures food through one lens. The Nutragrammatron measures food through another. The goal of the Nutragrammatron isn't to replace human judgment. It's to separate measurable structure from emotional interpretation. Because nutrition gets distorted the moment people stop measuring and start assuming.